We trained hard for this, you know what I'm saying? People, there's more to it than what they think, you know. I like me, I'm what, 130 kilograms. He's knocking the hell out of me, you know, and at the end of the day, you can't let me at 16 stone hit you clean, because you'll go.
Tommy Fury knocks out sparring partner and sends warning to Eddie Hall. This is where the entire storm begins as leaked energy and knockout talk explode into boxing headlines. Fans are instantly pulled into chaos, wondering if the sparring footage is real proof or just hype building before a massive fight night clash. The tension rises as fresh clips start circulating, adding fuel to already viral discussions. Every frame is being watched closely by fans, trying to decode whether Tommy Fury is truly as dominant as the footage suggests, or if Eddie Hall has been underestimated from the very beginning of this build-up. John Fury pushes complete confidence from inside camp, making it clear that training has been intense and structured. His tone shows full belief in preparation, suggesting everything is running exactly as planned, and there is no panic despite all the outside noise building around the fight.
They're always fit, you know, and at the end of the day, he's not coming in camp overweight sort of thing. So, well, like I say, as you can see, we work hard, don't we? You've seen what we do here.
You said this was an easy session as well.
Oh, yeah.
A light session.
Yeah, light session.
Tommy Fury completely shuts down the idea that size equals skill and makes it clear this fight is about pure boxing ability, not brute strength. He draws a sharp line between powerlifting and fight IQ, warning that Eddie Hall's size won't save him inside the ring.
If strong men, being the strongest man in the world and picking up half a ton meant you was the best fighter of all, everyone would be a world champion, wouldn't they? If being big and strong meant you could fight, everyone would be a world champion. But in this game, it's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how strong you are. There's a ton more things to the fight game. And that's what I'm looking to show Eddie on the night of.
John Fury explodes with full confidence and refuses to see any danger for Tommy, completely dismissing Eddie Hall's chances in brutal fashion. He talks like the outcome is already written, mocking the idea that size alone can survive in boxing. This is pure hype building pressure, where belief turns into arrogance, and the narrative shifts into a one-sided warning that Eddie is walking into something far beyond his level.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small. Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. And I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing.
Tommy Fury shuts down all doubt with pure confidence, making it clear he's not interested in talk or arguments outside the ring. He dismisses back and forth drama and turns everything into a promise of action on fight night. This is a cold statement of intent, where confidence turns into silence. And the real message is that Eddie Hall will only get answers when the bell finally rings.
It's like, say, yes, that is the reason why I'm sat around the table. You know, I could have easily got on the phone to Eddie and had a back and forth, this and that, and said, oh, you can't say this, or I'll do this, or I'll do this. But no problem. I'll let these do the talking for me, Dad, on the 13th.
Eddie Hall doubles down on the danger factor, making it clear that size and raw power alone could change everything in one clean shot. He highlights the massive weight difference as a real threat, suggesting one punch is all it takes to end the fight. This builds a dangerous narrative where preparation meets unpredictability, and every sparring session now feels like part of a bigger knockout warning.
Got me down on all those, but what you cannot beat is sheer size. You know, I think there's going to be 100+ pounds in weight difference.
Yeah.
50 kilo. And I don't care who you are, if that catches you on the chin.
The Wade Plemons brutally breaks down Eddie Hall's biggest weapon and exposes why the miracle right hand might never land clean. He points to lack of distance control, poor timing, and wasted energy, turning Eddie's biggest hope into a tactical flaw. This is where the hype gets tested by reality, and the question becomes whether raw power can survive against a fighter who reads every movement before it even happens.
Pull off a miracle right hand, what I'm seeing makes me even more skeptical that that's possible, because he doesn't understand space and distance, he doesn't understand timing and rhythm, he doesn't understand how valuable his right hand is, and it seems like I'm being counterintuitive because all he's throwing is right hands, but he needs to value that thing. It needs to be, like I said, a weapon of mass destruction. You only bring it out at certain points so Tommy doesn't get a read on it, and also so you don't gas your...
Frank Warren highlights the massive stakes around this fight, making it clear this is not just entertainment, but a life-changing opportunity for Eddie Hall. He balances respect with reality, pointing out the danger of stepping into a high-profile boxing match. The tone adds pressure because now it is about money, reputation, and risk all at once, where one mistake could turn opportunity into embarrassment inside the ring.
Everybody's attention for various reasons, and they're getting, I mean, Tommy's getting life-changing money, and you know, how can you, I can't knock that. You know, you're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be, and you know, my job is if I see a fight that I feel he can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that, and it gets him, you know, gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think, you know, obviously you know, this is a high-profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it, so you know, it ticks all the boxes.
Dave Allen comes in with a brutally honest breakdown, calling the whole matchup more spectacle than serious boxing, and that instantly shifts the tone of the entire debate. He respects both men, but refuses to pretend this is a pure boxing contest, labeling it as entertainment first. That kind of reaction raises the stakes because it adds doubt into the hype, making fans question what they are actually watching. Suddenly, the fight is not just about skill or power, but about whether boxing itself is being tested by crossover chaos.
Well, I watch it. Of course I watch it. I like Tommy Fury a lot. I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall. I said an Eddie Hall fan. I like the world's strongest man. A lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing. All these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't like it too much. But I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find it interesting.
Simon Jordan openly admits he would never step into the ring with Eddie Hall, but still casually backs Tommy Fury to land shots, adding a strange mix of respect and provocation. His words carry a sharp edge because even while calling it entertainment, he still highlights the danger involved. That creates a weird tension where Eddie is seen as powerful but vulnerable at the same time. The narrative shifts again into uncertainty, where confidence from one side is met with uncomfortable honesty from the other.
Determinant, won't it? If it's a good, fun event and you take it for what it is, I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it. You know, I wouldn't want to be across the ring from this fella. But notwithstanding, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in the face.
Tom Aspinall delivers the most balanced and dangerous breakdown yet, refusing to fully dismiss either man and keeping the outcome completely open. He points out Tommy's boxing foundation, but also admits Eddie's raw fighting ability could cause real damage if it lands clean. That honesty raises the stakes massively because it removes the illusion of certainty. Now the fight is no longer a guaranteed win for anyone, but a true clash of styles where one punch or one mistake could completely flip the story.
Fight. Tommy is obviously a boxer. Eddie can fight as well, though, to be fair. So, yeah.
You've trained with both of them, though. What's the skills? What's the breakdown for this?
Tommy's been boxing all his life, so you would think that the edge should go to Tommy, but Eddie can actually genuinely fight. So,
a respected sparring voice brings the reality check, pointing out Eddie's massive size, while still leaning towards Tommy Fury as the smarter boxer in the matchup. The key tension here is uncertainty, because even after all analysis, nobody can fully rule out Eddie landing something big. that keeps the entire narrative alive and unpredictable. It highlights the core truth of this fight, that skill may control the pace, but power always carries danger. And in boxing, one clean moment can erase all predictions instantly.
I mean, Eddie, when I sparred Eddie, he was 140 kg. I don't know how much he's gonna have to be for Tommy. But Tommy should win, innit? Like, should win. But Eddie Hall, who knows? It makes sense for Tommy, innit? It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
Eddie Hall fires back with raw frustration, accusing the boxing world of disrespect while framing himself as the outsider being set up for a brutal test. He leans into the narrative that he has been thrown into this fight without protection, calling it a sacrificial lamb situation aimed at the Fury name. This is damage control mixed with anger, but it also shows how personal the build-up has become. Instead of just talking about training or tactics, it's now about pride, respect, and survival in the public eye. That emotional shift raises the temperature even higher because it turns a crossover fight into a personal statement. The more Eddie talks, the more this becomes about proving critics wrong rather than just winning a bout. And that is where real pressure starts to build heading into fight night.
He's always shouting off, saying he's a fighting man, fighting family, fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. So I just said, you're all a bunch of fucking pussies, like, full of shit. And before I know it, I had a contract to fight Tommy Fury, pushed under my nose. So it feels as though he's pushed his youngest son out for the, like a sacrificial lamb for the Fury.
Tommy Fury responds with cold dismissal, refusing to take Eddie Hall's power claims seriously and painting him as a limited, frustrated opponent trying to intimidate through size alone. He doubles down on the idea that Eddie has no real boxing threat and suggests the aggression is more emotional than technical. This is where confidence turns into psychological warfare, because Tommy is not just predicting a win, he is mocking the foundation of Eddie's belief. The face-off energy in this clip pushes the rivalry into pure tension, where words start sounding like warnings instead of opinions. It also highlights how much pride is now involved, because neither man is backing down mentally. Every comment now feels like it's adding fuel to a fire that is heading straight toward a violent clash in the ring.
He's not very strong at all, because he pushed me like that. So the man's got no power. He's a blown-up middleweight. Very small guy, and he's going to get knocked spark out.
He was screaming, "I will kill you." I don't know whether he's directly.
No, I was screaming that to him. I saw it come out of his mouth as well. So what do you make of that?
He must be copying me. He must be copying me. John Fury steps in with full conviction, painting Tommy as the dominant force and completely dismissing Eddie Hall's ability to handle the pressure of 3-minute rounds and real boxing pace. His comments amplify the idea that Eddie is already overwhelmed before the fight even begins. This is classic camp confidence, but it also adds another layer of intensity because it frames the matchup as one-sided in mindset as well as skill. The psychological edge being claimed here is huge, suggesting Eddie will not just lose physically, but mentally break under real fight conditions. That kind of statement sharpens the stakes because it pushes the narrative toward dominance rather than competition. The question now is whether that confidence is justified or if it becomes dangerous overconfidence once the bell actually rings and reality hits inside the ropes.
Tommy's going to do the chin with him, as you've seen today. Eddie Hall, when Tommy's fought him, he's not going to want to fight again. You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt on, I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it?
A harsh breakdown of Eddie Hall's sparring footage throws serious doubt over his preparation, suggesting his training is not translating into effective boxing skill at all. The tone is blunt and critical, focusing on visible flaws rather than potential power. This is where the hype starts to crack under analysis, because raw footage is being used as evidence against confidence. It raises real concern about whether Eddie is developing the timing, defense, and control needed for a professional level exchange. Instead of fear around his strength, the conversation shifts toward technical weakness and poor execution. That contrast makes the matchup feel more dangerous for him, because it is not just about facing Tommy Fury, it is about facing someone with structure, movement, and experience. The closer fight night gets, the more every mistake in training becomes part of the story.
The new sparring footage that I just saw is abysmal. I don't know what Eddie's been training. I don't know who has been training him. I know that he has been training, but my goodness, I don't know who with, what they're supposed to be working on or why. But let me just show you what I mean. Eddie Hall, training footage and sparring footage just dropped, and it is not.
Tommy Fury closes the entire build-up with absolute certainty, making it clear he does not see Eddie Hall's strength or size as any real danger once they step into the ring. He breaks down the difference between powerlifting and boxing skill, pushing the message that this is a completely different world where technique, timing, and composure decide everything. This final stance adds huge pressure because it feels like the outcome is already written in his mind, and that confidence turns into the final spark of controversy. Fans are now split between raw power believers and boxing purists, creating a real debate heading into fight night. The tension is at its peak because one side is talking dominance while the other is talking destruction. Now it all comes down to one question that decides everything. Will experience and skill control the night? Or will one explosive punch completely rewrite the story when it matters most in the ring?